Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Today I wanted to talk about the Creative Squad. So if you follow me on any of the social media platforms, on my website, you've watched any of my stories, you may have heard me talk about the Creative Squad. So I thought I get questions. Sometimes I assume everybody just knows what that is because I've talked about it before, but as we all know, in the world of social media, that is not how it works. You only see 7% of what you are following. And so I know that when I bring it up without the context, people are like, wait, I get messages. What is the Creative Squad? What are you talking about? So I wanted to share this today here on the podcast because it is such a valuable group and one that I think if you're somebody who kind of fits the description and what we kind of do in there, it's definitely, I wish I knew more about, or I wish I had groups like this back when I started and when I was trying to grow. And the reason I started it. So okay, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So basically the Creative Squad it's my private community for furniture flippers, in a nutshell, in the not so wordy definition of what it is. But basically, when I would share my furniture flips or just different techniques or different projects and things I was working on, or when I sold a piece, or when I just anything furniture flipping related, whenever I shared that, I would get, tons of messages. Look at this piece. What should I do? How much should I pay for this piece? Should I do this with this piece or that with this piece? Do you think this needs new hardware? Number one, my messages and DMs, I miss so many of them because once you start getting so many, you can't, keep track of them all. And number two, I just couldn't, it was like a full-time job just trying to answer these questions, just on the side, these one-off questions here and there. So I knew there was a need to create a more, controlled place for these kinds of questions and these kinds of, and for people that are looking to flip furniture for their home or to, flip furniture to sell, do a side hustle with it, have a full-time income with it, what have you, but just kind of a more controlled where I could put all of my efforts and all of my focus into that group instead of just having random questions and just all over the place. So that's basically why I started the Creative Squad. I just wanted that focused group, that focused area, that community, that kind of everything was just centered around that. And then that's where I could direct people to go to for those kinds of questions and for those kinds of help, for that kind of help. So that's basically what the Creative Squad is. And like I said, if I would have had one of these back when I started, do you know how much time, money, effort, blood, sweat, and tears I would have saved? A lot, because when you can learn from others that have either gone before you or one step ahead of you, when you can communicate and just kind of lock arms with somebody that may be kind of on the same journey or at the same point in their journey as you, it's a game changer. So in the past, I have, and I still am right now as I record this podcast, I have joined my own private, communities for different things I need in my business and I need help. So this just made sense. It was something that was needed. It was just the way for me to, give to those people that were looking for it. So I thought today I would kind of go over what's inside, kind of what we do. It's so much fun inside there because, like I said, it's focused and it's just an area for me to just be in there helping coach these people inside the group, helping with, if it's a technique or if it's a social media problem or if it's a business question, if somebody's getting their first custom order and they want to know, what do I do? Or how do I charge? Or like all of those kind of specific things, they can, post it or put it in the group. And then me and my team, we are inside that group helping them with all those questions. And then, even above and beyond that, it's the community that's also in there with them that just, gives everybody the support and the feedback and things that they're looking for. So that is kind of what it is. We do have monthly guest spotlights where every month I kind of have a list of people that I kind of choose from that I want to. I reach out to them and ask them if they will come in for, a certain month, whatever that is, and kind of just share their knowledge, their techniques, their tips, whatever it is, with the group. So they may share some advice. They are in there answering questions. They are in there showing like videos of, tips and techniques and things that work for them, showing their favorite products, business tips and advice. We have hosted Q&As with the guests, tutorials. I mean, there's a plethora of things that the guests come in and do, and depending on the guest, the community utilizes them and what they're doing with them in different ways. So it's a huge benefit to this group because even me, I have been flipping furniture for more than 20 years, and every time one of these guests come in, I literally have learned at least 5 things, depending on what they're sharing. If it's a video they're sharing, or if they're coming on live, or if they're, depending on what it is. After 20 years, have learned something new from each guest and multiple things. So it's fun to bring somebody new in each month and just kind of share a different perspective, a different, like what their journey looked like, or what they did that worked, what they did that didn't work. Just like all of that knowledge that it's just learning, like I said, from people that have come before you in whatever you're doing. It's like, so it's just so important, and it's so helpful. So I definitely I didn't want to be the only one preaching inside this community, just because I know there's so much to gain from other people as well. And I wanted this to be a community. I wanted it to not just be, me coming on, every month and talking about something every month. I really want the community, the people that are inside of the squad, them to give and take and like I said, just really just be a community where we learn and from different avenues. So besides the monthly guest spotlight that we have, we do offer inside there, we do a monthly content planner every month for the squad members. So we have inside that planner, we have a goal tracker, a social media progress tracker, daily social media, like post topic ideas, post templates, story templates, tips of the month. Basically what this content planner is you don't have to do anything for your social media if you do not want to. We have it for the entire month planned out for you. What to say, how to put it in a post, how to put it in a story. We tell you what to post in stories, what to post, if it's a carousel post, we show you what to like write in there. We actually have the templates that you can use as they are, or we make it very simple for you if you want to, change the color or the font. Super simple. And you guys, if you listen to me for any amount of time, you know that the whole tech side of anything is not my strong suit. I've had to learn a lot along the way. I do have a team now that helps me with a lot of the stuff, but this was the kind of stuff that I wanted inside this community because the templates, I need them to be super simple. I wanted us to create them, but then it's super simple for people to kind of, put them specific to their brand colors or their fonts. And so anyway, we've made it super simple for you to do that inside the squad. And let me just tell you, so inside the squad, we do different things every month. The community, the squad members, they kind of pick and choose. We want them reaching out to us and telling us what they need help with. So that kind of gives us a focus. If there's specific things people need help with, we will definitely address those topics and those issues. But social media, and we do tips, techniques, projects, all of those kinds of things. But social media is another huge part of furniture flipping. It's, I talk about it inside my furniture flipping course, which is also another resource I have created. But it can make such a big difference inside your business. So it's something that I definitely wanted to put. I wanted it to be part of this community because let's just be completely honest. We are all on social media. Businesses, if they are run right, they should be on social media. That's where the world is. That's where the world is getting their not just information, but that's where the world is finding new places and new people and new, services and new, you need to have a social media presence. And so we do, after I started the Creative Squad, I just wanted I kept thinking of other ways that we can help the members. And one of the struggles that we kept hearing over and over again was, I know I'm supposed to be posting every day, or I should be posting this, but I get writer's block, or I just don't know. I'm in a creative slump. I don't know what to post. I don't know how to get my audience more engaged. I don't know what to be asking. And so I'm like, okay, I got together with the team and I said, every month I want us to put out a monthly content planner because it's just going to help you just take off that stress of having to come up with something every day or for your posting schedule, whatever that looks like. So I wanted to get all of that work and do all of that work for the squad members. And so that is a huge part. That alone is worth the cost of the group. So we definitely add that. Along with that, I do come in monthly and do social media chats, kind of like strategy. Like I said, it was in a different video. I was thinking that I said this when I started this podcast. No, it was something else I was recording. Social media changes all the time. Just today, it's like Instagram got back to its normal posting, how it was, but now my Facebook is all changing. So it's like every week, every month, social media changes. And so one of the things I wanted to do inside the group as well is I do come in and do social media chats monthly, just kind of give them different perspectives or different ways to post, different things to be trying. I share what the different platforms, what they are looking for, what they are pushing out more, those kinds of things monthly. And then any social media questions that, any of the group has, then I would come in and answer those as well during those social media chats. So we do some social focus guides inside the group as well. So social shares, network and support shares, content goals, posts. We do those kinds of things just to keep everybody on track with their goals and just keep them motivated for what they're wanting out of their social media and different things that they are posting. So we definitely make that part of it as well. Another thing I kind of touched on is the community support, and hands down, that is why I wanted to start a community of like-minded flippers who I just kept getting all the questions, and it's a place where everybody kind of understands what you're doing. It's, I started blogging, what was it? I don't even know, 9 years ago. And people were like, what is that? What are you talking about? I don't even understand. And for the first 4 years, I had no clue either. Let's just be completely honest. I was just throwing things at the wall to see if they stick. I didn't add photos to my posts. I didn't have social media. I was like, whatever. I'm surprised that I stayed. I just loved it so much that I stayed with it. But once I started finding my squad, my people that understood, it was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to talk to Matt, who knows nothing but is so supportive. He tries to get in the conversation, but literally has no idea what I'm talking about. when I found that squad, that group, that community that totally understood what I was doing, it was a game changer in my entire business. It was like, oh my gosh, yes. So the questions I'm asking are so normal. Oh my gosh, when I said that word, she understood what I meant. Or, wait a minute, she just used that word and I don't understand what that means in this world. So let me ask. It was just a game changer. And so the community support inside the squad is hands down that alone, having that support from people that understand where you are is priceless. And so, we have, everybody's supportive. Everybody's, if you put a question in there or you've got a project and you're like, what color or what do you think I should do with this? Like everybody will chime in. But we have also added a group moderator to assist with the day-to-day operations and engagement within the squad. She is amazing. She has been doing monthly, she's been posting the monthly like painting contests and things that go around with different paint companies and brands, so that the squad understands where they should be posting, what they should be posting. She comes in and she will share different techniques and things that she's working on. If she has heard a question in the group, she will kind of, come in and talk about, her experience, or me and her will sometimes get on a chat and just talk about some things. And then, if she's got some ideas and things she wants to share, we just get on and chat about it. And then she'll share inside the group. So again, the word community really meant a big deal to me. I wanted this to be a community effort. I wanted it to not just be, like I said, me coming on, every week and talking about something. I really wanted to grow this to be, a community effort where we are learning and gaining so much knowledge from different avenues. And we're definitely doing that. So, I have also done some exclusive interviews, answering some more specific questions like, selling your pieces on Etsy, using Tailwind for Pinterest, learning how to use Pinterest for your business, shipping your pieces. Do I need a booth? Like what a booth looks like for furniture flippers, Facebook groups. There's been a lot of, it's just some kind of interviews with other people about specific topics. I kind of think of these more as like a master class. It's just zoned in on one topic. Me and somebody else will get on and we'll kind of do like a back and forth, a Q&A, depending on what the topic is and how I think it would best serve the group. But those are definitely a nice added bonus inside the community, inside the Creative Squad. And then there's other bonus content like thrifting trips, DIY tutorials, how to fix, certain things, videos, veneer, a broken drawer, those kinds of things. Custom piece advice. If you're, like I said, you're getting your first custom piece or commission piece, behind the scenes looks, those kinds of things are just kind of some bonus content that we've had inside the squad. And then, I'm excited about this. And like I said, when I talk about it on social media, I kind of forget that not everybody sees every single thing that I post. And so I will get that question. Wait a minute. What is the Creative Squad? So like I said, I do have the furniture flipping course. But this is kind of a step beyond that for continued support, continued coaching. Maybe you're just somebody looking for that group of support that from people that totally get it and understand you, or you're just looking to be guided more. Things aren't working. Your social media is not growing. You want to be selling more pieces. You want to be turning this into a full-time business. How else can you make money besides just having to paint a dresser and sell it? There's definitely many other ways as a furniture flipper you could be making money. So I talk about those things inside my course, but then the group, the Creative Squad is just kind of, like I said, that ongoing support, that ongoing coaching, that ongoing one-on-one direction and support from me, my team, other community members, that we have inside the Creative Squad. So I just wanted to get on here. I'm just making sure I've got through all my notes. Like I always say here, I've got notes. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not even kidding, 90% of the time, I am going off those notes and not making sense. And then I like lose my train of thought. But anyway, so I think that's it. I got everything. I went through everything that I wanted to. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, please, we will leave the link for more information and more details in the show notes. But definitely reach out to me if you have some questions. I always tell people, reach out to me on in the DMs on Instagram at My Creative Days, or email me at lindsay@mycreativedays.com. If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about it, or just like, you have some more specific questions that I didn't answer here, please reach out to me, because I would love to answer them. I do not want the squad open, just like an open-ended thing. So we will at some point be having, open carts. We will have it closed, and then we will open it up at specific times. But definitely now you can get in there. Just click on the link in the show notes and you can just find out all the information. I do want to end with this, because I think this is another important thing that a lot of people that a lot of people make excuses for. And here's how I heard it kind of the one time, and it was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. So this furniture flipping gig that you have, if it's something that you definitely, like I've said before, I started flipping furniture to decorate our first home on a budget. I had to get creative because our budget was not going to allow me to go out and buy all brand new stuff to decorate our home. So I had to get creative. And flipping furniture was one of the ways that I was able to decorate our home and furnish it on a budget. That quickly grew into friends and family wanting me to do pieces for them, friends and family wanting to buy pieces I had done. And then it was just like I was hooked on the whole DIY and just picking up pieces that weren't so pretty and making them something fabulous. And then, I was able to sell them and make money, and it has snowballed into so much more, but it has completely changed the way that our family lives. And I know for so many others, it's been the same. And so I'm passionate about it. A lot of my content with My Creative Days is about it because because I am so passionate about it. I created a course and I created this private community. But here's the thing. So if you are somebody who would love to turn your hobby, or if you are somebody that's flipping furniture for your home, and you would love to have a side hustle or some side income, or you would like to pay for, more vacations, you want to pay down debt. Maybe you are somebody that's kind of sold a few pieces and you want to make this more full-time, make a more full-time income. Here's my advice to you. And here's something that really stuck with me back in the day when this whole blogging journey was upon me, and I was learning more about business. If you continue to treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. Once you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. And with that, I say, any business you start, any business, like you just think of like the places you eat at, the places you shop at, the places like the services you may have coming to your home or whatever. All of those businesses have to spend money to be in business, right? So it's like part of the whole, it's part of business. And once I started investing in my business, it became a business. Before I was so scared, or like, I don't know, is this what I should be doing? Or to be completely honest, I was scared and I wasn't going anywhere, right? So if you are serious about this, if you are serious about making more money, growing a business, you got to start treating it like that. And one of those things, business costs money, and I'm not even saying thousands of dollars. I am not saying thousands of dollars. I have spent thousands of dollars on courses and groups and coaching, but not everything has to cost thousands of dollars. So think about that when you're looking into these opportunities or these ways, things like, coaching groups and communities, private communities and courses and those things. All of those things are an investment into your business. It's part of being in business, learning from people instead of spending months and years trying to learn everything you can, hopefully finding it in a Google search, hopefully, but in the Google search, is it really where you are in your business? Like, actually, investing a little bit of money to get you the answer right now, from people that are actually doing it, it's smart. It's smart. And so, the excuse of we have to stop, and I've talked about this before on podcasts and other videos, but we have to stop with our excuses. And they show up in my inbox every single day. The excuses, and that's all they are excuses. Like, I really want to start this, but I really want to be in this, but I know I can do this, but my friends and family are telling me I need to get this, I need to start this, get the ball rolling, but whatever it is. I mean, money is a big one. Like, investing in my business, I really want to, but, well, once you get over that but, and you stop with those excuses, and you start investing, you start taking your business seriously, you start, taking the next steps that you need, for the journey that you're on, then real things will start happening. So, I don't know why I just went off on that little tangent, but that was for somebody today. Somebody needed to hear that. That's why I always think that when it's like I kind of go off on this tangent on Instagram, on Facebook Live, wherever I am, it's because somebody needed to hear that today. So if that was you, let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram at My Creative Days. You can always email me too. But definitely check out the link about the Creative Squad. We would love to see you inside. We would love to see you thriving inside. We would love to help you, cheer you on, and then give you all of these resources and benefits that we provide to the group every month. So definitely check it out. And until next time, guys, have a great day. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so, so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.